Hi, so how are we? I'm going to do a short video of the 5 most frequent asked questions that we get, well, I get constantly, either via email or through messages on the Facebook website. So I've got them in front of me here. I'll be looking down at my computer just to see. So we'll start off with number 1. Is Bergen the rainiest city in Europe? Yes. It averages over 200 rainy days a year, but the weather shifts quite quickly. So take an umbrella, take some waterproof clothing, have a little poncho or something with you that you can just whip on and off. It does change quite frequently throughout the day. You might get up in the morning and it'll be beautiful sunshine. But because we're surrounded by the mountains, the climate's horrendous, so you're going to hit rain at some point. Last few days have been quite nice. Today it's awful again. You might be able to see behind me with the rain. It's quite terrible. So be prepared. Carry an umbrella. Just be prepared for the rain. Best way to see the fjords from Bergen. I'm always asked about fjords. I've done it myself a couple of times. We've had guests come over and I've driven to the fjords myself. I find that a lot easier and a lot less stressful. You're not hoarded into loads of people, but there tends to be a lot of people on these trips, especially to Fløyen. Fløyen's it's constant people with cruise ships and people driving, people getting the train. It's a little difficult to get to, but it's so much easier to drive and do it yourself. Just rent a car and do it yourself. If not, then get the train. There are fjord tours. The fjord tours are very good. You do see it from a different perspective, obviously, because you're on the water. But bear in mind, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of people. So if you're don't really want all the crowds and all the people, I'd drive. Definitely drive as close as you can, and then get a train for the last bit. But definitely do the train up Fløyen. But it is incredible. There's a brewery there that has all kinds of beers. You can do a tasting from a light beer to a dark beer if that's your thing. The museum there, but it is incredible. It is worth looking at. So don't skip Fløyen. But bear in mind, the fjord cruises are very, very, very busy, and you are, to some point and to some extent, treated like cattle. You're just thrown on and thrown off. So just be aware of that. Is it worth going up Fløyen or ulriken? And how do I choose? Fløyen or ulriken? Well, Fløyen's in the city, so it's really easy. If you're here for just a day, I'd do Fløyen, and I wouldn't go out to ulriken. Fløyen has the best view of the city. You can hike up it, you can get the cable car up, cable car down, it's your choice. But if you're here for a shorter period, I'd say Fløyen. If you're going to be here longer, or you can manage to get over to ulriken in your day, take ulriken as well. There's a package that goes from, it's a shuttle bus from the centre of Bergen, right next to the fish market and the sailors' monuments. Between the two, you'll see it quite clearly. You can get a bus from there. It takes you straight to ulriken. You get the cable car up, and you can see it all. Now, if you're going to hike ulriken, you need to be prepared. It's more of an intermediate hike up there. It's quite steep, so be warned of that. And you've got less chance of a good view from ulriken because it tends to be a lot cloudier at ulriken than it does Fløyen. Now, Fløyen at the top, there's loads of things. You can also go a little bit further, or you can hike down. Fløyen's more popular with the tourists. The queues sometimes go all the way down the road, so be prepared for that. But you can book in advance on the app, which enables you to get in quicker and things like that. I think they're both as good as each other. If you want city views and you want to see the whole of the city, Fløyen's the one. If you want a different perspective, ulriken's the one, and it's not as popular, so it's less quiet. It's a little bit trickier to get to. You can get the B-Bahn and light rail to the Hawkland Hospital. When you come off the thing, you'll see an escalator that says Hawkland. If you take the lift right to the very top floor, turn left and just walk around the road behind the hospital, you'll come to Fløyen. You'll come to ulriken. But bear in mind it's quite a steep walk. It's about a 5-minute walk. Okay. So they're both as good as each other. Fløyen's in the city, easier to get to, easier to do, more people. Number 4, what kind of food should I try in Bergen? Seafood, obviously. I don't actually eat seafood myself. I think fish fingers is about my extent of fish cuisine. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. But Bergen's incredible. You know, traditional fish soup, fiskesoup, Bergen's famous fish cakes. The food, the seafood is absolutely incredible. So it's definitely worth investing some time into some of the restaurants and seeing what there is. What I will say is, the fish market is obviously a world famous place. You're going to pay world famous prices as well because it's a tourist place. You could cross the road or go around the corner and find a local place, you know, 50 kroners, 100 kroners cheaper than what you're going to pay there. Also, if you're going to buy crab and buy things, when they weigh them, ask them to pour the water out. A lot of them will just take it out and weigh it and you pay that price, but it's full of water. So ask them to pour the water out the claws or whatever, and before they weigh them, that's the price then. Fish market is obviously great to see. It does get very, very busy. So finding tables and things like that is very difficult. You're talking 22, 23 euros for fish and chips, which is ridiculously expensive, especially when the chips are frozen chips. They just throw them in the fryer. They're not hand-cooked potatoes like you used to get in England and that. But it is what it is and what you pay for. There's king crab, there's lobster. You can see the crab in the pots moving around. You can take your pick, whatever. Bear in mind, they do have whale meat. Norway is one of the only places that allows you to have whale meat. So there is whale meat there. So they will have a picture. There's normally a little hand drawing of a whale and saying we sell whale meat. They keep it very discreet, but you can get it. So just be aware of that if that offends you, or even if you want to try it, it's there. It's accessible. Is Bergen walkable, and do I need a car? You don't need a car at all for the centre of Bergen. You could walk Bergen in a day easy. The main places, Bergen, Fløyen, Fish Market, Torgallmenningen, Festplassen, they're all right next to each other. And if you spend a little bit of time in each, even if you go up Fløyen and come back down again, you've still got more than enough time in a 5 or 6 hour trip to see everything. There are a few streets that you should see. Kongoskasgata goes down from the main McDonald's in the centre near the fish market. If you go down that street, that's where 3 kroner is, the hot dog stand. There's a lot of cool bars down there. There's an Irish bar on the left-hand side called the Brian Borough, one of the best bars you can go to. I think they open at 10 during the summer season, so I think they might be open at 10 in the morning now. Go and get a coffee, go and get a beer. It's the best Guinness in Norway, by the way. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but it is the best place to go to. They have live music in the evening, they have random nights, comedy nights. It's fantastic. And the people in there are all, usually it's expats, so you get English, Irish, Scottish, mixed with the Norwegians. It's an incredible atmosphere and it's very welcoming. They'll invite you into a conversation if you're on your own, and you'll end up leaving, you know, with 3 or 4 new mates. So it's a great place. But if you go on past that, there's a place called Skorstræde on the right hand side. It's a really cool place now. They've put a lot of money into regenerating it. So there's a couple of hotels there, but there's restaurants, Italian restaurants. There's an ice cream shop. There's a chocolate cafe. It's quite nice around there. So just invest a bit of time in the local area. There's a massive Starbucks in right at the end of Bergen. Avoid that. Go to the local coffee shops. There's so many little different corner coffee shops, little bakeries. Go there. Don't go to these big multinational companies. Go to the smaller places. Put some money back into Bergen and enjoy it. So that was your 5 things. If I do get any more questions, I'll do another one, but they are the 5 most popular questions that I do get. And also, if you get time, leave a little comment on Google, on the reviews, whether it's good or bad. So you've had a good experience with me or a bad experience with me, either way, leave it there. So just be honest. And the same with YouTube. Just like and follow us on YouTube, subscribe. You don't have to watch the videos, but it helps us get to the top of Google. All right, thanks. Have a good day and enjoy Bergen.